Hey, how are you? Yeah.
Good.
Oh, wow, cool. All kinds of cool stuff in here. The decor demonstrates a pretty serious devotion to, well, at least Mario, and I don't know, maybe is it video games overall, or what?
It's pretty much like everything.
Everything.
I really like Super Mario. It's something that I've always enjoyed growing up. It's always brought me such great joy. One time growing up, it was a summer, and all of our friends were like, we're going to go play football. And I sit there and I was like, you know what? I can do this too.
Not so much.
Well, it was like, are we doing touch or are we doing tackle? They were like, we're going to do tackle. Okay, I can handle this. And I didn't even get tackled. I tripped over my own foot and cried and was like, no, it's like, I can't do this. This is bad.
When the courts, the legislature, and the institutions that govern our daily lives are broken, we have to look for ways to make the world a better place on our own. We're learning from people who know you don't have to go to big cities to do big things. This is Midwesticism. This episode features Salem Trials, a champion drag performer from rural Kentucky. We caught up with her at her home in Elizabethtown and followed her to a performance in Indiana. Why Elizabethtown?
It gives you that almost big city, but still small town feel. It's just home. I don't mind traveling to the big city and doing shows and stuff, but as far as living an everyday life, it's just something more quaint about Elizabethtown. It's affordable and it's just home. Growing up, I had an older brother and that was it. And then we had some cousins that lived like right next door to us, and it was my brother pretty much like ventured off with sports with the boy, and I pretty much stayed with playing Barbies and dress ups with the girl. That's how I actually discovered that I liked dances, because she had tap shoes and stuff, and I would be in their basement just like tap dancing her shoes. And my aunt went over to my mom one day, was like, have you ever thought about putting Salem in dance? It was like, because she likes doing all of this kind of stuff, and that's pretty much where it started at the age of 5. I didn't know what gay was for the longest time. I just knew that I was attracted to men, and it just never really thought anything of it. When I was maybe about 7, my cousin had told people in the neighborhood that I was gay, and it just stuck. Like, it being outed like that, it wasn't like, oh, it was just something you laugh about and then it's like you go off and not talk about or anything anymore. It was literally like a virus, and it spread so quickly that it's like, oh, he's gay. When coming out as far as being trans, with my mom, since she's, my parents are divorced, so it was like my dad lives all the way in California, my mom was like here, of course. So talking to my mom about all of it, grew up in a pretty conservative family for the most part, so she accepted it, but it was every day of before getting to go off to work or something, she would find Bible scriptures that might try to make me think differently about a lot of things. And it's funny because people say, it's like, oh my gosh, you're trans, you live in Elizabethtown. It's like, you grew up gay in Elizabeth, like, in Hardin County. It's like, what's that like? It had to have been like, a shitstorm. A lot of people around here they honestly do tend to mind their own business, and a lot of times they just kind of like, if they do find out or something, more than likely they're just kind of like, oh, okay.
The first time I did drag, I was actually in college, and gosh, I think I did it for a party, and I had so much fun that, you get to create a new person, and I didn't really like who I was then, and so I created who I wanted to be. I actually feel more threatened as kind of a sissy boy than I ever do in drag, because drag is powerful.
Yeah.
We're seeing growth, and we are also we're seeing a lot of new faces. We're getting a much bigger welcome from the community over here in southern Indiana than when we first came around. First year and a half, 2 years, it was a little bit of a struggle. We didn't feel very welcome. People, people were always throwing us down, saying, we won't last 6 months, we won't last a year. Indiana, especially New Albany, is not a place to do something like that. And we felt differently. We felt like it was needed. There is the closest Indiana gay bar is Bloomington, which is a good hour away.
Yep.
We try to think of ourselves as an everybody's bar. Even though we fly the LGBT flag, we really are here for everybody. And the whole purpose is to get everybody to be friendly with each other, learn who each other are, and to be a little more understanding and tolerant of each other. And number two, to put a smile on their face.
Something changes, like once when you hear your name announced and your music starts, it's just new person, and you go out there and you just start performing, and it's like for me, it's like I see the audience and I know what I'm doing, but it's like nobody's there and I'm just going, like, just dancing and doing my own thing, like, and it's just a rush. It's like half the time it's like I get off stage and I'm like, oh wow, it's like I just performed. Like I almost like kind of black out, like I don't even remember half the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a yell for Yzma. I mean Salem Trials. Yes. All right, girl.
Thank you.
Midwesticism is viewer supported. If you like this story and you want to see more, visit patreon.com/Dan Cannon.